What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Burnout Bobby channel. Thank you for watching. Today, I have some awesome news. I got pretty good news. I'm excited. As you can tell from the cover photo, I got a surprise today. And I love it when packages show up. And in these packages, I'm just going to get right to it because there's no beating around it. These packages are the plastics for the Vento. So before I had these silver ones, you can see right here where it's chipped and it's scraped up everywhere. So I reached out to a couple people and I got a hold of a company, and they had a full panel replacement kit for, I think it was like a couple $100 shipped, maybe like $200 for the full plastics. I'm like everything, headlight cover, side skirts, rear panels, trunk cover, all that stuff. And then I was like, well, you know, me with loving the black and the gold, I was like, you got gloss black? Unfortunately, they didn't. So I picked up matte black. So I'm going to do matte black with gold. And I'll just show you right now. There's like the headlight cover. I got some more parts in there. There's one of the side skirts. And then that's the huge undercowl here. So for today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take the wheels off. I already have the back one off here. I'm going to take the front one off. I'm going to sand them down, remove all, use degreaser, sand them down, primer them, and then I'm going to paint them like gold plated look. So it's going to be matte black with the gold plated look for this build. After I get the wheels are drying up, I'm going to take off the plastics, and then we're going to, once the plastics are off, I'm going to go through the wiring just a little bit. I just want to see what's going on up front because I might be able to take some of the things off before I get the motor. And then after that, I'm going to put the new plastics on because I can't wait and I'm really excited. ETA on the motor, still no word. I paid probably about a month ago, so I don't want to rush hopefully perfection. So I'm just kind of standing by. I'm sorry for the delaying content because trust me, I want this thing to be on the road, on the track, whooping some ass as fast as I can. So why delay this any further? Let's get to it. Let's start doing these wheels. Alright, so basically what I've been doing is I had some degreaser here, used that, sprayed the wheel down, wiped it all off, let it dry out, went over it with a rough, I don't want to call it Brilla, I forgot the name off the top of my head, like a scuffing pad, scuffed up the wheel. Then from there I used some alcohol, sprayed it down to clean it up, to get any more grime or anything off. I'm not a professional. I'm just doing this because I want a different color, so I don't like how they are. I'm going to tape up inside here where the bearings are, and then on the other side where the hub rests up against for the drum shoes, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side as well. I don't know if you could tell in the time lapse, I keep looking up, and I don't even tell if you guys can see it, but like right over here, there are parachuters that are constantly coming down because I got to jump a jump zone over here on the other side of my house, so they're always jumping out of the planes right above me. I've had a couple land in the backyard already, so I always got to keep my head up so I don't get hit by a parachuter. So I'm going to get to the front wheel next, and then after that I'm going to start taping it off and getting ready for paint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with primer lightly, do it again. I've watched a couple videos on YouTube, and then after that sits and it's hot enough out where it'll dry off pretty quick, I'll start hitting it with the gold. I'll do a light spray around with the gold like a dusting, wait like 10-15 minutes, come back again, hit it with another light coat, and I think it's gonna eventually have like 5 coats of the gold on both the front and rear. I might have to make another trip to AutoZone, but we'll play it by ear. Alright, I don't know if you can hear, it's a little windy out, but I have primer on. I got stuff I need taped off. I'm doing the old card trick on here. I used to do it way back in the day with the wheels, but I already did the other side. I flipped it over. The reason I have these buckets here is because, fortunately for me, it's not a low profile tire, so there's some meat on it. This way I'm able to flip it and not have to worry about the lips sticking to the mat. So now it's kind of raised up. I only have 2 of these buckets, so unfortunately that side, once that's spray painted, it's staying where it is. This one, once the primer dries, then I'm going to start hitting with the gold. Take the cards out, flip it, rest it on the other side, and catch the other one, put the cards in, do that side. Then once it dries, once I'm done with that, I can take it off, roll it over closer to the house, and then I'll flip this side, primer the other side, and do that wheel. And then in the meantime, I'm going to start working on the vento itself with the plastics. So we'll go back in the garage while this is all drying. Alright, so a couple hours have passed and one of the wheels is done. I'm just letting it dry right now. You can see it's not bad. It's better than the silver because nothing silver on the bike matches. So next up, I'm going to learn how to continue to take the rest of these plastics off and then keep painting the other wheel that's in the back. I figured you guys all know how to shake a rattle can and spray it, so I was going to show you the whole thing. But for this, I'm sure there's a ton of screws I don't know of, so I'm going to go ahead and start stripping them down. The plastics are off. Alright, so you already saw the back ones are off. The side skirts are now off. The whole front cowling here. I left the headlight bracket on. I guess there's just 2 bolts that hold underneath. It's basically just a bunch of Phillips heads and a couple 8mm that hold this whole thing together. You can see here now we got the little 4-pin regulator. Got the horn, the master cylinder on the way. So I can go through, I'm going to open up this loom a little bit, take a peek at what we have here. There's some type of a, oh my god, is that an alarm? There's an alarm system on this thing. Piggybacked into this. So I'm going to go through the wiring, see what I got to do. And then once it's all said and done, I'll start putting the new plastics back on, and then we'll wrap up this video. Okay, so it's actually the next day. After I was taking all the other plastics off and playing around with the wiring, I wasn't going to put the plastics on, but I had to do it. So I have about 95% of the plastics on. I left a couple of them off because the way that sits on this stand that I have on right now to roll the bike around, it would crack the plastics. I'm just trying to avoid that, so I'll wait till I get the motor and then I'll put it on. Without further ado, here is the new look. I'm happy with how it's coming out. I think that gold on the matte black like that looks so good. It really pops. I'm excited about it. Kind of give me like a second wind. So the only thing left now is I gotta wait for the motor, which he said he should have shipped out next week for me. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and hope that happens. Once that's here, then I can bolt that on, put the rear wheel on, adjust the suspension. I want this thing to sit probably like an inch and maybe like inch and a half, 2 inches off the ground, and then I can put the side skirts on. I have to order a different stem neck for the handlebars. The one I have is going to rub the plastic, so I need one almost like a mountain bike style to raise it up just a little bit, and then I can put my drag bar in it and then put my throttle setup and everything like that on. Other than that, it's really coming along, and it's now that's like coming to the vision that I had for it. I'm really excited about it, so I hope you guys are enjoying that. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and then we'll see what the next video has to bring for us.